All right, guys, the training you've been waiting for. The 4 steps you need to learn and execute on to make $100K in the next 12 months. All right, first, you need to think and start with the end in mind. If you are trying to make $100,000 in the next 12 months, effectively, you're just trying to make 10 grand a month. Now, I get it, that equals $120,000 for the year, and we're talking about 100. Well, let's just round it up in your favor and talk about making $120,000 in the next 12 months. Now, again, by starting with the end in mind, you simply have to work that backwards. If you think you're gonna be able to get $10,000 wholesale fees, then quite simply, that's 1 deal a month. Well, how do you get that deal? Where do you start? And are you going to be able to actually get a $10,000 wholesale fee? Those are the questions that you have to focus on. And further on in this training, I will be sharing my screen about exactly where to find those deals and how to get those deals done and line them up with the buyers. So make sure you watch this entire video. Now, if you start with the end in mind, I can tell you right now, I am currently still doing deals at a much smaller price point where I might be making 2 grand or 3 grand per deal. Because quite honestly, I'm not willing to pass up on money. But I'm also doing $20,000 and $30,000 wholesale fees. So if we take that as a point of reference, I will tell you it might be easier for the newbie or someone just getting started to focus on doing $3,000 to $5,000 deals a month, or $3,000 to $5,000 deals every single month, rather than waiting and hoping to get the $10,000 or $20,000 wholesale fee. So if we do average that out, that means if you're gonna do $5,000 deals a month, you need to get 2 done. Now again, now that you started with the end in mind, you only need to really do 2 deals a month. For most of you, you might be thinking, wow, that's a relief to just think about that. Now, how do you actually execute on that so that you can actually get consistent deal flow so you can get 2 deals a month? And that's where we're gonna start. So first and foremost, I'm gonna always encourage you to start free. I want you to network with investors and agents alike. I want you to show them your value and that you can execute on the deal and you can be a provider of value to them so that you can simply wholesale that off to your end buyer. Those deals are what I talked to you about getting $2,000 to $3,000 per deal. You might even be able to get $5,000 a deal, but you will have a consistent deal flow by co-wholesaling with other wholesalers, as well as speaking to agents about those homes that they go to list, but really aren't great listing homes. They can send those to you. You can contract the homes. You can make sure that the agent gets paid, because quite honestly, that's all that they really care about. And you can actually make those $5,000 or even $10,000 wholesale deals, and they can be the bigger pops because you're direct to seller and you can still pay the agent a commission or a fee. Those 2 strategies, right now I am currently doing 10 to 20 of those every single month with no marketing budget. As a matter of fact, last month we did one that made us $10,000 from an agent, last week, made us $10,000 from an agent. We did very little work. She lined the whole thing up. She handled the escrow. She made her 3% commission inside the deal. And I quickly made 1 call and wholesaled this off to a great buyer of mine. Now, since I just brought it up, let's talk about buyers. This is the fundamental start with the end in mind strategy. Start with your buyers. I'm not saying only focus on your buyers, but you need to be consistent in growing your buyer list. Okay, so what does that look like? Well, first, you can start using realtors and other investors right there on Facebook. Reach out to the community in your groups that you are a part of and let them know you are marketing and finding deals in certain zip codes and you're looking to find the right buyers or buyers that are interested in those zip codes. You should, with no problem at all, likely be able to start with a minimum of 20 people replying to you, and likely you'll be able to get 5 to 10 more every single day that you can add to your buyers list simply through those Facebook groups. Now, you also have two services that I love to use. One is Find Cash Buyers Now by a good friend of mine and a mentor of mine, Kent Clothier. The other is from PropStream, and if you have PropStream, they also have a buyers list in there. From there, you can actually skip trace those buyers, you can call those buyers, you can text those buyers, or you can even send mailers to those buyers. The key here is you really need to prioritize starting with the end in mind. If you know what the buyers want, you can go get them the deals that they want, and it's as simple as that. You don't have to wonder whether they're gonna want to buy this deal that you found from another wholesaler. You know exactly that they will buy that deal because it's exactly in their buying criteria. So you really wanna focus on both the sellers as well as the buyers at the same time. If you like what I'm teaching here, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as make sure that you write any comments or questions down below. As a reminder, I will put all of the links of all of the referred or referenced companies or systems below in the comments. Now next, I also want to keep going down this free path of marketing. One of my favorite ways to get deals at this moment, as well as always, as a matter of fact, is utilizing the Driving for Dollars list. Now what is that? Well, we use a software called Deal Machine. It is the best, hands down. Again, links are below. And what we do is we go virtually drive for dollars. I don't actually have my team go out and drive the neighborhoods looking for maintenance deferred homes, but we do it through Google. In Google, we take our little guy and we actually will go plop him down in the middle of a street in a neighborhood and have him go down these streets, and we on Google are looking at the homes and to see if there's any maintenance deferred homes that we can actually take advantage of and build a list off of and start calling, texting, and door knocking. Or if you have a little marketing capital, you can start to send them direct mail. Again, Deal Machine and Google, great combination. Links are below. And lastly, one of my favorite tools is Mojo Sells. Mojo Sells is a triple line dialer. It costs anywhere from $150 a month to $300 a month. If you want the $300 a month model, which I suggest, it's because it will provide lists for you. They have what's called a lead store. The lead store can give you for sale by owner, old listings, and other groups, high equity lists, all by a map that you can outline, and it will automatically pull all of the phone numbers from your said map into Mojo, and you can start calling for absolutely free. You don't have to skip trace it, you don't have to pull a list, bring it anywhere. You simply use it all within Mojo. Again, that is roughly $300 a month. That would be my suggestion, and links are simply below. So as we wrap up this component of the training, we're gonna move on to a screen share that I urge you to continue watching as I show you these different systems, how to use these systems, and how to make sense of these systems so you too can go out there and make $100+ grand every single year.